Officer Bobbies. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie. I'm at 98133. It's very tiresome, but the gang members have been shouting extortion threats at me and other threats for at least 3 hours since I got back. And he's in the empty janitor's room, and that's on the left-hand side of the apartment. And the other morons were threatening me gang threats such as "you will be our slave," this. So then one of the it's earlier, by the way, nobody's normal anyway. They're all zombies. They all 15 years ago with Satan. One of the whores actually threatened me. The University of Washington and the other colleges, they all are gone. There's nobody left. So the one of the black Nazis was making slave threats earlier, and let me tell you a list of the things they've been saying. And so he was saying, "Oh, I gave you to beautiful women," or something stupid like that. And so he thought he'd have me, quote, assisting people in the university as a sin. And apparently, because they are zombie gang members, there will be probably people that will go or harass you because you've been threatening you for your backpack. So that college, just count on it, also rife with Asian street gang members. And that's at the University of Washington, in this university district in Seattle. So one of the retarded black Nazis, he was threatening to call the mayor because he couldn't get me as a slave. Let's see. The threats went on and on. They were threatening with Irish, Scottish people, Irish, Scottish, English people. One of them was playing, because they were at this moment where they were playing something like, we can't enslave her. She ruined the whole thing she told on us. So, by the way, there are acid in the face threats. One of them said, Alger, since we can't, now that she ruined the whole thing. He meant probably killing, and it's something about the park. The University of Washington, big Bloods area with a lot of Zetas and Asian street gangs too. I need to remember. And the slaves that part. So he's threatened me as a slave. So I want you to realize that the University of Washington is dangerous. It's a dangerous place. And that Washington, it's basically to control and have, including the retarded Nazis and on for slavery, including people's creepy families. Oh, the black Nazis' grandmother, or somebody's calling grandmother or grandfather. Oh, who else? The mothers. It went on and 90% of them probably not be untraceable, obviously. They're going to, because there's so many generations of bums in these buildings. So you'll find generations of morons easily traceable. See, you'd find he's just another scumbag that probably never worked. And she'd be on welfare, and she'd be security guard here. Threaten me. She will get away. I don't smoke or drink, and I have asthma and diabetes now. And this is a very one done, or your hand bleached, and also scratched up from gang glass on my apartment, so bare. And I never brought anything here. Any people were doing very much the first or so, and one of them, he blah blah blah. That's basically his mentality. You'd have to enhance to probably hear the sound. Not that they were smart before. I'd hate to suggest that. So I thought I'd check in and Now I go and my pantotidine and cetirizine for A's and steroid. That's, let's see, I think that's mostly it. The bums in the wall were threatening have my prescriptions altered, so, or excuse me, or somebody else. I think Dr. Jaffe's son. So they've threatened terrorism, and remember the water, that's terrorism. And you're talking, Bragg, that they're using, they're actually using radiation, and so that's terrorism. Prescription tampering, which I already was getting a weird vibe about 11 years ago, because I've been the victim of gang stalking for 13 years, and I realized how gangs were infiltrated with Satan 13 years ago. So I was getting a vibe. I won't mention, I don't want to accuse them. I think it went on, though. I do think it went on. So gangs will get in anywhere, even into your apartment, your house. And one of the gang members is getting nervous. I'm going, well, so the farm, just like where else can, or like your neighbor. So coerced, bribed. I forgot to mention that. Yes, too. Manipulated, bribed, forced. So manipulated, I don't put much stock in believe them. Oh, duh, I thought. Well, then they shouldn't be walking. They're that stupid. So, anyway, getting like a psychic impression of 3 drug tamperings. I don't know if they caused deaths. It was about time when they're in the hallway. Shade. No, you see the window. And that's actually a better angle. Just some light is coming across from the broken shades that they never. So I actually believe there's a crawl space, and you can hear them, and you can also hear people around, like in the janitors, tampering, product tampering, and tampering. So their bloods, and it is mostly bloods, and they connect with the sprinkle glass on you. I won't even leave my backpack with the pharmacist. I had some vibes about people poisoned, and I think not. Now there might have been some tampering. There was some possible tampering, but also if you leave your things in your castle, but look what I have to carry. He's with me, and people, they bump into them, but I'm a victim, and for me, including on my arms, there's my clothes, with a whole host of other crimes too, including illegal organ, kid murder, mutilation. Oh, here today we're saying, well, we're going to mutilate her, and it's called belief system. There was a curse 13 years ago, if you believe it or not, but also it's a survival of the shittiest or unfittest that's going on. They portrayed me as Satan and promoted the scum of the gang members, including, actually it's 132 million scum. The U.S., they were after 12 to 13 minutes being dead. So anyway, which, that's gross, but it's not a crime. Unless the semen, they are purposely trying to infect people, consecrating you. They think it's ceremonial, but it goes with their belief system, their satanic beliefs. And then, if you believe it, they're on a zombie ESP system, and a bomb in the car, talking to another one of the. What I need to do is, I still have to do some things in here, include some surfaces still, because everything pretty much I would come in contact with had glass, and I think on my hands from when I used to try to pathetically clean glass in here. My hands are wrinkled too. I've had had filth in my water. There are that will stand. They access the pipes via the janitor's room that stretches around, and they'll actually ejaculate into the water, and you can hear people doing it like and like even doctors chemicals several times. These ejaculates, they're all Satanists. Bobby is their buddy, and he is actually just a buddy with two of them. Crazy. Two might be here, and one of them spent quite a long time. You can hear like a pin drop. He was, but he's a part. And slavery with the other creep, and missing British people, British and European people, and the gang members are on full identity theft. I'm showing you my hand. Why? Well, if you will render a victim unrecognizable before, during, and after death. And the missing Europeans, a lot of things happened to them, just happened to me. Some of them, they apparently were used in snuff movies, though. The black Nazis and the bums that are Zetas and Bloods have a chaotic, parasitic relationship with each other, and they are the parasites, of course. And black Nazis want to take over. I'll mention that one of the very much one of the gang traits to portray themselves as government professionals, and so they actually, as judges, run through a court system. For me, I was struck by because who was in, I believe, on meth lab and other gang crime. And I'm stumbling to drink with, maybe I need a little more. And would like to state that, yes, I was innocent. I wasn't doing any drugs, but I reported what was probably a meth lab and some really insane, dangerous, psycho neighbors. And the drop at 132nd, 133rd in Aurora, I believe that they literally woke up in hell 13 years ago. Times that, first of all, they not only like people that will play government with them, so they like real military, fake military, anybody who dishes secrets, or these people, including the black Nazis, they'll pretend this is it. I find it rather, but some of they would have been in the form of black Nazis. And they were threatening toward the president. And by the way, the major NATO countries on a daily basis, they've also. So these people always pour something that bleached me like an acid or something into my water. Where does it go? Well, it goes out to the streams and rivers and to the oceans. Also, and so the gang members, because you can traipse around their water and for illegal surveillance, including in this building, you can't dig into the fire department equipment because the alarm is getting up at 133. It's full of stinky pants bombs that have played this kind of government game as if they're military. They think they are real military. Will allow to play military. They also like, and one of them, he's saying we've got to get it. We've got to the premises jurisdiction and prostitutes, taking crack, and he's on meth. He's also the two security lovers of Officer Bobby. And so of the or Jeffy might. Now, another crime they're connecting to, obviously, drugs, meth lab, kidnapping, home invasion. Now, home invasion part of and one of them just said, Lisa, shut up if you think, shut up. Just shut up, whore. You're just a gay man's whore. So anyway, I went off into a tangent about mutilating me with acid, and he was playing like something, and it was very much a central part of the practices of the gay members. Much the front door, they'll actually insane and stick you with the hit you over the head. You won't remember. The bums here actually have threatened, including Dr. Jaffe, to give me an illegal operation on my. We're even describing what would be done, so I wouldn't be able to form sentences. He walks around with his milk bag, skulking around here. Who is important then to, if you're going to have home invasions where people score new linoleum, very important. Very, very important. This is hell, literally made them into bad. And just a minute, I have to figure out something. Actually, I'm trying to get spirits away from the grip like the U.S. people. And if they sympathy. So I'm working on a drama. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you think I'm crazy, well, then I guess there's about 900 million people or 800 million that you might think are crazy. And the truth is, the U.S., unfortunately, they were able to see the spirit world and feel it and hear it, and they were able to even travel back in time and ruin the whole thing. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie. Is working a little bit better, and crimes in relation fields. Military. Got government. Well, housing. 10507 Aurora North. And so carpenters are very there, or even condos. You might, it depends on the condo, but it's people make it sound like, oh, it's going to be so expensive. It's so terribly expensive. Oh my! I helped a boyfriend when I took apart a floor for my mom, dropped in a toilet, and it was done so quickly. Quick pound. So not that hard, and So what do then is just basically give the listening to the bums. By the way, which leads me to the fact that these people are getting and things are supplied. It's just let's say they get $10,000 worth of one extra sheet of plywood or whatever. Big fix something, or enough to fix something like, oh, maybe they came through the ceiling thing, here's $200 worth of extra. Big deal out of 10. That leads me to another crime, by the way. A lot of crime being committed in these apartments by what? In fact, there's crime committed. And so these people aren't paying crime they're making from money. Illegal surveillance where this long drawn out victim like me, 13 years, somebody's making is first I close. So another field that's very important, of course, it's medical. Medical, I mentioned, but medical is, and if they can't legally declare away with it, well, they'll get away with doing poisoning you or drug and portraying themselves as medical. Maybe one real nurse, a shady, he can't get away with it for that. So he's not going to do something illegal. And if he were caught, there would be, gang. If he finds a sympathetic blood as a judge, or the fake, such as the security guards that might act like their doctors to put you away, or just retarded people that sit in the wall pretending to be scientists and doctors, even your jailers. And that leads me to is important and also real law and order. That work for these fields, they've disclosed all this information. They show that scenario. They do that to me all the time. So they like to typically to kick you out, to evict you. It's a security guard with no jurisdiction. He doesn't work for this couple thugs. You pay and yell back. The money's paid up, X amount of money a month, and pour bombs to your apartment. Now that's a crime too. Guess what that could lead to? That can lead to the stolen identity. Once they get, then they can get stolen identity. They gang members' apartments, whether by force, coercion, sneaking, if they can get in your apartment, pose as you and pick it, they can pretend you stole your item, you stole your suitcase, you're not the real one. In there, they can say, hey, that's mine. Oh, her goes on and on. Military give procedure like follow somebody, and of course military, and then again military or fake enact some scenario. Why? Oh, you're a hybrid. Oh, it's hazmat. She's making everybody sick because they've dumped talc in the water. So they're going to play hazmat, or they just want to kidnap you and rape you. Obviously, that is going to or the illegal operations. Obviously, they would use fake for that. I get very tired with the fibromyalgia. Plus, there's a lot of that happens. I get very tired, and I go through a lot of falderol. Things done, and then there are threats to keep writing. And, in a few hours, you just have this huge notebook sometimes. It's not as big as it could be. And it doesn't look that great, but at least it's an effort. And the more I date on, when I look back, I know what date it was. And it is a witnessing against me. That's not very good language. It's a diary. It's a then I can then say, well, this is PM 8. I'm also charging psychic attacks, which you might be interested in, you might not. But then I could see, when and end up with saying, well, even though she didn't date this day, I can tell it's such and such because she seemed to go through PM, and then we ended up at AM. Every day, so I can telling day, and it's the 28th, and it's Wednesday. Neck and blow up. It's my chakra. He's blowing up. 10 p.m. So know that Dr. Jaffe, office, and the security guards, they're in a lot of terrorism, including to threaten me. They put poisons, including in my water, and plagues. I did not mention that. That's very important. And they have threatened me with Ebola, smallpox, diphtheria, polio. Maybe not diphtheria. And then just regular diseases such as pneumonia. These bums, they also get good identity theft going on. Not good, I don't use a positive word in a negative context. They'll their victim. What kind of victim like? So the victim likes science, kidnapped me or had me just 4 moves in here, and they would try to probably, if they felt like they needed to keep up the appearance, they then would try to keep up the appearance, maybe the horror like science to prove that she's me. Maybe she has my art, maybe she'll manipulate it a bit, which isn't that hard to manipulate. Art because of identity. I have a real, because I've been mutilated, and I was a beautiful, at least my art, Ricardo playing and I don't know, he play, or hands your teens, or just some level, the mundane level and the paranormal level. I keep saying 13 years ago you didn't have to fear the gibberings of a moron. So, Satan let these people have an intent channel that he stole, and these morons also on in the invisible world, people such as Dr. J. They've actually treated the I'm gonna give you female mutilation. You're gonna have sex with everybody. Bobby and these kind of people, like they were the worthy people of our survival. Basically, edge out that was good-looking people, smart people, talented, nice people in them, and then it's all edge out for the retarded black Nazi and the crack hoe, and their parents have been on, or their parents before them, welfare for generations at least, and each generation. Crap in America, excrement. And I think I'll end now for a while. And one of the bombs I would like to note, he was arguing. Now I don't know where he walked through the janitor's room's behind me. That room, but see, I can't see in the hall, and I've never actually. I don't know if it's Dr. Jaffe, but then there's a whore in there as well. So some of their plan to attack. Want to help me? I would first call out of state, FBI, TF, even Homeland Security types, and you might even look at the other tapes if you're out there and you could help me. Would run them through and. And so you want to take out my voice like karaoke. I'm going to take the voice out. And it could be more advanced than You also need, there's usually water running. And so then you have these bums like over through the apartment or out hanging around. Then I hear people in like the hall. I don't think they're hanging out in the hallway. Then of course you're retarded. Here, so it's on. Oops, I'm spilling something on all sides. That was cold. And that was the rest of my protein drink. So anyway, I think it's time to go. But if you use a sound enhancing program, you can get a lot of info. Thank you.